But when you study in group, you may find that one of your friends or one of your classmates may bring a topic that you are not quite versed with that topic. And when you go into the exam hall, you meet just what you had revised with others. So make sure that you prioritize study groups, study with other people, so that you may be able to know their knowledge, you may be able to tap from their knowledge. It's very important for you to do this. These are the points that are working for everybody that is writing an exam. What I'm teaching you right now is what can literally change your life forever. Not only in your GCE exams, not only your preparative exams, any other exam that you want to write. Now, the 6 things on the ways that to pass the GCE exam is revise past questions. Revise past questions. On this channel, we have a lot of GCE past questions that you can revise. So make sure that you go through the past questions, make sure that you revise the past questions, and gather informations of what have already been done. You have to know that most times the GCE board goes behind, bring out former past questions and bring them in the present one as exams. We have heard of cases where we revised maybe a 2010 GC, for example, and we entered in 2015. Everything that came in 2010 is what is coming in 2015. So most times they can just go behind, take a paper, a full paper that they have done in the past and just bring in the present year. Now, if you have not done the appropriate revision, it will be difficult for you. But if you have revised effectively, you will find that it will be a happy meal for you to consume. Now, the 7th way is to share your own knowledge. Are you sharing? Are you stingy with what you know? Are you stingy with your knowledge? You want to succeed alone. You don't want to see your friends succeed with you. You like to see your friends in pain. If you don't share your own knowledge with others, you're going to work in a disadvantage. Now, the advantages of sharing your knowledge with other people is that when you share with other people, your knowledge is difficult for you to forget what you have shared. It's difficult for you to forget the knowledge that you have given out to others. I'm telling you, very difficult. Very difficult for you to forget. It helps you to master what you have studied more effectively. So make sure that you share your knowledge with other students. There are students like yourself that find it difficult to understand some certain things in class. That finds it difficult to understand some certain things in school. Sharing your knowledge with them will help them to really cope, will help them to stand, will help them to be able to balance their lives, because you have shared what you know, you have shared your knowledge with them. Number 8 is that be positive. If you want to pass your GC exam, you have to be positive. We have a lot of people who are negative. We have a lot of students who are negative. If you are negative as a student, you're going to be in a very great disadvantage. Now, when we talk about negativity, we talk about you confessing failure. We have heard students say all the time that GC is difficult. We have heard students say the time that I read, I don't understand. We have heard students say all the time that things are not, this exam, I'm not sure if I'm going to pass. When you have that type of negativity, it is possible that you will fail, because you have already programmed your mind for failure. You have already programmed your mind for failure. So avoid being negative. Make sure that you work on your positivity. Always confess positive. Always confess that you're going to pass. You're going to succeed. You're going to make it in your exams. Make sure that you are positive. And when you're positive, I want to guarantee you that you're going to get the success. You're going to get the success. So be positive. Be positive. Every student that is positive will get success. If possible, you can write the number of subjects you want to pass. You can, maybe you are doing 10 subjects in ordinary level or 5 subjects in advanced level. Write down the number of papers that you want to have. You can paste it on your wall or paste it in your room, paste it in your parlor. So you'll be able to see your goals. You'll be able to see your desire, what you want to accomplish. Make sure that you do what I am teaching you. Okay? Be positive. Number 9 point on the teaching of tonight, of today, on how to pass your GCE exam is that avoid too much of play. Avoid too much of play. Avoid too much of outings with friends. Avoid too much of talking with friends. We have students who are never focused in their studies. You see them moving from one place to another, one club to another, drinking, drunk. They are not focused on their studies. If you are too much playing, is a possibility that you're not going to make it. So you need to avoid too much of play. Yes, there is a time that you have to rest. There is a time that you need to rest and allow your brain to digest. There's a time that you need to rest to allow yourself to really digest the information you read. But also, you can go out and have some leisure. You can go out and stroll with your friends, maybe have some celebrations together. But you should avoid too much of it, because too much of it will make you to be less prepared for your exams. And when you are less prepared for your exam, what do you expect next? Absolutely failure. Absolute failure. Because you have less preparations, you have not prepared well. The 10th point in my list on how you can pass your GC exam is avoid failures. Avoid complainers. Avoid other students who are actually failure mindset, who have the mindset of failures. Avoid other students who are always complaining. You know them, they are with you in your class. They always complain about the teacher, complain about the headmaster, complain about the principal, complain about the this, they complain about everything. Avoid those type of students at all costs. Avoid those types of people at all costs. Because the more you are complaining, the more you are releasing negative energy around you. And that negative energy will cause you not to be well prepared for your GC exams. That negative energy will cause you to be less prepared. And when you are less prepared, expect to fail. So avoid it at all costs. And I guarantee you that you are going to actually make it. Avoid failures, avoid complainers, and make sure that you're always positive and do things uprightly. So these are the 10 points. 10 points that work for everybody on how to pass the GC exams. And these 10 points you can apply to any exam, public exam that you're writing. It works for every exam that you write. So this is what I had for you. You can subscribe to this channel. You can share this teaching of tonight so that others might benefit from it. So what is it to say? So I want to actually speak to all the GC students. This is your life coach. And I want to say that what I want to share with you today is going to make you to pass your exam. It's going to make you to pass your exam. It's working 100%. The tips and the tricks I want to share with you today, the steps and the strategies that I want to share with you today have helped me have one of the best results in school, and I've helped many students also that will be able to put these teachings to work and succeed in their exams. So this strategy I want to share with you is 99% effective If you apply them and you put them to work, I want to guarantee you you're going to get the success that you need for your GC exam. Maybe you're writing any other exam, competitive exam. This strategy work for every exam that you write. But now focus on the student because it's very important when we talk is. I want to share 10 that you have to do or the 10 ways that you have to study if you want to pass your exam. 10 ways to pass the GCE exam. So what are the 10 ways you can actually use to pass any exam that you write? So if you are new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. You just look below, you see the red button, hit that red button, hit the notification bell because I come with videos like this all the time for you to self-motivate you, to show you how you can be successful and accomplish bigger things in your life. So number one in my list is for on ways to succeed or to pass your GC exam is read early in the morning. Read early in the morning. A lot of students don't know that the time you read actually determines how your brain is going to grab the information. We have a lot of students, for example, who love to read in the afternoon. The problem is when you read in the afternoon, your brain is saturated already with a lot of activities, and you find that that is why it's always very difficult, if not impossible, for you to really understand what you're reading in the afternoon hours. So, but when you read early in the morning, your brain has rested, your mind has rested, you are now highly active. So your brain also digests all the food in your system. So it's very important for you to understand. Make sure that you read between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. When you have enough rest, during that time, your brain is highly active and you have a greater possibility to be able to retain what you have read. The second thing you have to do if you want to pass your GC exam is read with an empty stomach. Always make sure that you read with an empty stomach. A lot of students, I've heard students who have said that I cannot actually read if I have not, that I will not study if I have not eaten. I cannot study if I cannot eat. Now you have to understand that there is this strategy of reading with an empty stomach is important. I'm going to explain to you why. Because the brain, scientists have discovered that your brain actually, when you eat food, your brain works to digest the food, right? Now, when you are, your brain is working to digest the food that you have eaten, and that you are finding yourself also trying to read, it means that your brain actually is working on two information. Number one is the food that you have just eaten. Number two is the information you are trying to read or study, either for the exam or you are prepared for an exam. So your brain is working on two things. That is why I say that make sure that you read on an empty stomach. So avoid reading when you have eaten. Avoid reading when your stomach is being saturated. Okay? So the third thing, if you want to really pass your exams, your GC exam, don't read when you are going for exams. Don't study when you are going in for exams. A lot of students make that mistake to study when they're about to enter the exam room. The problem is when you study when you're about to enter the exam room, the information that you have gathered presently is what you're going to recall when you're entering the exam hall. So it is a fundamental mistake for you to read while you're going to write an exam. Excuse. So it's a fundamental mistake for you to read when you are going in for an exam. Make sure that you avoid that at all costs. So don't read when you're going, don't read when you're going in for an exam. Don't study when you're going in for an exam. I mean when you're about to enter the exam hall. Make sure you avoid touching your notebook. Maybe you have a test, maybe you have a mock that you're writing, or any preparative exams. Avoid reading 1 hour to the exams. Allow the information you have for your brain to be able to recall what you have read in the past. Because you can testify with me that most times when you read like that, you enter the exam hall, it is the information that you just read that is coming. And you will discover that even the small things that you knew, you don't know them again. The small definitions, you can no longer define them. So avoid this at all costs. Number 5, study in group. Study in group. Studying in group is important because it makes you gather information from other people. When you study in group, you are able to gather information from other students. When you study alone, you are going to miss out vital information. You are going to miss out important information that could have been useful for your exams. But when you study in group, you may find that one of your friends or one of your classmates may bring a topic that you are not quite versed with that topic, and when you go into the exam hall, you meet just what you had revised with others. So make sure that you prioritize study groups, study with other people, so that you are able to know their knowledge, you will be able to tap from their knowledge. It's very important for you to do this. These are the points that are working for everybody that is writing an exam. What I'm teaching you right now is what can literally change your life forever. Not only in your GCE exams, not only your preparative exams, any other exam that you want to write. Now, the 6 things on the ways that to pass the GCE exam is revise past questions. Revise past questions. On this channel, we have a lot of GCE past questions that you can revise. So make sure that you do the questions. Make sure that you revise questions. Get information